What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Lila here. I just woke up. It's probably like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't sleep last night. I couldn't sleep at all last night. Like, the thoughts in my head about the kids just kept me up, man. And I feel like Mr. Hart or whatever, um, it's not a really grown or mature thing what he's doing. He told me if I spoke to the social worker and everybody was agreeing that I could continue to have a relationship with the kids. Okay, so I talked to the social worker and she's fine with it. She said that Mr. Hart was fine with it. So why I text you and you don't respond? Why I call you twice and you don't respond? Like, nothing. Like, hey, we can't make this an everyday thing, but if you want to call every Friday night at 7 o'clock, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell me something. Don't keep me in the dark here, knowing that I'm losing my fucking shit because I'm not talking to my kids. I'm not seeing my kids. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like even if he don't want it to be like a every week thing, at least let me do it like every 2 weeks or once a month, something, man. Give me fucking something, dude. And I don't understand it, man. Or how are they allowed to do this shit when they're fighting so hard to see me and I'm fighting so hard to see my kids? Like, it's ridiculous, dude. If he don't call me back in a couple of days, I'll let y'all hear the recording because I've been recording everything. The social worker, the fucking Marlon, I'm recording everything because fuck this shit, yo. Y'all need to know the truth. Y'all got to know what happens to people like me, man. And it's bullshit. I know we get caught up in watching celebrities and shit, buying fast food. But what happens to a real bitch like me? What happens? I ain't got no fucking family to lean back on. It's just me. And these motherfuckers shouldn't have my kids. I don't give a fuck what you say about it. There's plenty of people, and I'm just going to say this, you know what I'm saying? There's plenty of people that raise their kids on welfare. I mean, they get Section 8 for like 30 fucking years. They fucking get food stamps. They get Medicaid. They get TANF. Like, why the fuck can't I raise my goddamn kids? Everybody want to say, oh, my taxpayer dollars are taking care of this or taking care of that. Okay, well, now your taxpayer dollars was just giving me $500 a month for all 7 of my kids. Now they're getting about $1,000 a month per child. So y'all's taxpayers was paying me $500 plus Medicaid and food stamps. Okay? Now y'all paying $1,000 a month per kid, not including the two $500 vouchers that they get every year. So I mean, yeah, and then y'all are paying for the daycare and the camp and everything else. And why couldn't these services be offered to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all had to take my kids, separate my kids, and now my babies, my twins, they're, walling out. And from what I understand, my older boy, he was walling out too. And that's because they want to be home. Like, I'm pretty sure that it's a fucking tight shift over there. You know what I'm saying? I get it. A house needs to be ran strict. I get that. But if it's all work and no play, then it makes me angry. So I know it's gonna make them angry. And sometimes kids, if it's hot outside, they need a water balloon in the face. Okay, they just need their mom or their dad or someone to love them and have fun with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, growing up, I didn't have much fun with my caretakers. I mean, the only fun we had is running around the pool and she chasing me with a shoe for a smackdown. So, I mean, I miss doing kid-friendly stuff with kids. Like, I miss it. I miss them wanting to be with me. You know what I'm saying? This is like straight torture, and I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm just trying to figure out how I can be a part of my kids' life, man. You know what's fucked up? the judge took my parental rights, right? But I keep checking my background, I can't think of the fucking name of it. Yeah, I keep thinking it's early in the morning, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. I keep checking my criminal background, and I got a child neglect up there from 2010. I got charged with it 2011 because let me tell you this little story real quick. Xavier was about 3 years old, and at that time he knew how to get out of his seat. Okay, and he got out his seat, and a cop was right there, and they pulled me over and they charged me. And I mean, I get it, but people don't understand that shit can happen in a moment. You can be driving down the street, the kid can pop out the car seat, and we were like a few minutes from home. Like we was right around the corner. Ain't that your luck? Like when you're right there, everything always fucking seems to happen, and it's crazy. But I'm just saying, like, I've been thinking about my kids all night. I felt real happy and blessed for 2 days. And then when I spoke to the social worker, and she kind of like really explained to me what's been going on since I've been absent, it's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to think about. And then when I asked, my older children about the kids, they kept saying that the twins are bad, the twins are bad. The twins are 5 years old, and they don't need to hear that they're bad. Okay, first of all, no kid needs to hear that they're bad at all, okay? That fucks with your psyche. If you keep on being told you're bad, you're bad, you're bad, you're going to think that. And no, baby, you're not bad. You're not bad. Shit gets on my fucking nerves. I heard I'm a whore all my life. Am I a whore? No, I'm not a fucking whore. No, I'm not a slut. I'm a good, decent person. You just got shitty people in your life. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people are strong-minded like I am. And boys are different than girls. And I feel like boys are more sensitive than girls. And it's not right, yo. My children, my sons, they need me. I just had a really bad night, man. I stayed up like all night. And I'm tired because, not that I want to start arguments or anything like that. It's just I'm hurt and I don't have any outlet. I don't know what to do. It's like I'm a ball of fire and I don't know what to do. It just sads me to the core, man. Moment of silence, right? I can't begin to explain why things happen the way they do. I just want them to know that I've been trying. I never gave up. There's not one time that I've given up. And as bad as it hurts to go to social services, to drop off gifts for the kids, I continue to do it. Like, y'all should see me, man. Like, I hold back tears. I talk to these people. I'm nice. But it hurts. I don't get to see their faces when they open up their presents. And for the babies, they probably don't even know where the fuck this shit's coming from. You know what I'm saying? They probably think they're coming from the lady that's giving it to them. And it's like, I miss you guys. And I miss them bad. And what happens if, things are out of your control? What do you do now? What can you do now? You know what I'm saying? And it sucks waking up every day and I ain't got no family. And I get mad because the people that I surround myself with, they really haven't done anything for me. You know what I'm saying? Not like I have. I've gone beyond for people. I fucking let them stay in my house for years, pay minimum rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I see these people doing so good, and it's all like, damn. Well, what about the time I was giving you a place to stay or giving you rides or, whatever? Like, what the fuck? And then you hear some slick ass bitch saying, well, we got money. I'll just buy a baby. I'm just glad that people can just buy a baby when there's fucking literally thousands of kids lingering in foster care. You know what I'm saying? And then most of the time, it's the people that are with Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? They want a little baby from Africa, or they want a little, Chinese baby, but they don't want the 13-year-old boy in foster care. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I want you to have my child, but my brother was a 13-year-old boy in foster care, and all he did was get moved to like a boys' home, kind of, sort of, and then his foster parents picked him out of there, and he lived with them until he was about 17, and he got into a fight with his foster dad, and his foster dad knocked out his fucking tooth, and my brother spent the next 2 years in a fucking crazy ward. But that didn't stop him. Did it stop him? Did it stop him from graduating high school? No. My brother was homeless because he aged out of care at 18. Foster care let him go, knowing that he was schizo-fucking-phrenic. And he still did this damn thing. He had 2 jobs. He was working at Olive Garden and he was working at Kmart before he ran into it. And he was going to college, man. He fucking graduated homeless. Couch to couch. My brother, I lived in Newport News at the time, and my brother lived near Buckrow Beach. He walked all the way to my house just to get a shower. He walked there. I won't go let him walk home. I borrowed $20 from one of my foster sisters, and I got him a ride, back to Hampton. Because at that time, I was in it's called independent living. And what it is that social services no longer pays a foster parent. They pay you directly. Well, not directly. I won't get as much as they were. And the the clothing voucher stops. Right now you're in independent living. And it's crazy as shit because you would think that a woman about to be grown would need clothes too, but whatever. So I'm in independent living, and my brother, he walks from like damn near Buckrow Beach. He was probably staying on Darville in Hampton, and I was living right off of Harpersville. So that's just to give y'all about how far he walked. And he took a shower at my house, and I gave him $20 for a cab home, and it was sad, man. I just wish that we could have been kept together. I wish that we would have been able to help each other out, because there was a big portion of his life where he was alone, and like he was completely alone. And I think that's what fucked him up, yo. For real. I mean, he was in Portsmouth for like 4 years, and I didn't see him. John didn't see him. The family didn't see him. No one saw him, and he thought because he had nice shoes, nice clothes, you know what I'm saying, that this shit would happen forever. And when he realized that his foster parents, like, they did the bare minimum. Like, my foster mom, she did the bare minimum. Like, I mean, she didn't even cook for us every fucking day. Not talking shit on her. I mean, I love the woman, but, I mean, things could have been differently. My life could have been totally fucking different. You know what I'm saying? If I would have had a support team to say, hey, Leela, these are the steps that you need to take in your life to become a successful woman, instead of me being 15 talking about I don't want to go to school, and she's all like, I don't care where you go, but you need to get up out of here. So I would leave and skip school. I would skip school. And I mean, ain't nobody really give a fuck about it. Let's be real. Back in the day, my social worker was Tashikia. Her first name is fucked up, but her last name was Bradshaw. And now she married a man that got 7 kids. And then she just had a fucking another daughter with him. So, good luck. I just don't understand it. Like, you know, we say, oh, we need foster parents, but I mean, y'all need real motherfuckers that's gonna guide these kids through life, because most of the time when you age out of care, you're homeless, you're in jail, you start doing drugs, or you in the grave. And that's the truth. And that's the fucking truth, man. And it pisses me off, and I want to know why they wait until these kids are like 16, 17 years old and then decide they want to return them back to their biological families. Don't get me wrong, I'll take my kids back at any time. Any fucking time you want to give them back to me, give them back. But don't sit here and fucking have these boys out here out of their fucking mind and then decide to give them back, because that's fucked up. That means I have to do a lot of work instead of working with them at 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? They need someone that's going to be with them through their whole life, because right now they're probably facing anxiety. They're probably thinking, we keep getting moved. Just like me, I kept getting moved as a kid. I knew that wasn't my home. Even when Miss Horrell told me, you know what I'm saying, you're home now, I didn't believe her until like years later. Like, damn, I really ain't going nowhere. She really keeping me. You know what I'm saying? And my boys probably feel like we keep moving. We're separated from, you know, our brothers, our families. Like, let's be real. Like, they got my kids. Not saying that race matters. I'm not racist. My foster mom was black. But they got, you know, a black woman raising white and Mexican children. And I'm sorry, but she don't know our culture. She don't know my culture, and she damn sure probably don't know Juan's culture. You know what I'm saying? And I think that has a lot to do with raising children. Yeah, I mean, these people that get children from Africa and China, I'm like, wow, that's nice that, you know what I'm saying, you help their culture, but you're not raising them like their culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it that, you know, China's overpopulated, so, you know, they got these babies and shit. I just seen on the fucking news the other day that these two families adopted these two Chinese girls, and they're living on separate parts of the United States, but they were twins. You know what I'm saying? Twins should be together, dude. Like, what the fuck? That's just my opinion. I'm not an expert. Clearly, I've never raised any children yet, but I have had my children for 11 fucking years, and I was doing a good damn job. I mean, let's be real. They had all their morals intact. Like, I mean, I'm sick of this shit, yo. And as far as the foster mom goes, as the little babies, she could be telling these doctors anything, okay? Because I'm sure that the doctor's not questioning the 5-year-old and talking to an adult. Even when the counselor comes in for the kids, this lady got to be saying something out the side of her neck for these fucking doctors to be putting my kids on such dramatic medicine. You understand what I'm saying? And I just don't. I feel like they already got a report on Juan. They already knew he was schizophrenic. They knew that's why I didn't get the kids back, because of his schizophrenia. And I feel like they're trying to use that to their advantage. And I'm sorry, but if you have to give a child medication every day, you get more money for that kid, because then you're aiding that kid every day. And I'm sorry, but that shit fucks with your head. And for my son to have hallucinations in the middle of the night, and she said that he screamed that there are bugs and shit on him, and there was nothing that he can do. Like, I don't know if she screamed at him, or if she comforted him, or if she just let him cry it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this lady. I don't know this woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't know Marlon Hart. Only thing I know about him is that he's been a foster father, and he's had a couple of wives. And just being real, he said he don't watch these YouTube videos, but I bet his ass is watching them now. And in case he is watching them, I don't really give a fuck, but I just want to say what the fuck he's doing to my kids is straight up fucking bougie. It's shit. You can't let me talk to them for a day or two and then just take my phone calls again. Like, what the fuck? I'm not in jail. I'm not sitting here. I'm not bad. The kids ain't bad. We didn't fucking just earn our fucking, you know what I'm saying, our phone time for you to take that shit away. Like, this is bullshit. It's like they're playing with the kids. Like, oh, you want to talk to your mom? You want to continue to talk to your mom? Then you need to be good. You need to do what the fuck I say if you want to talk to your mom. And I feel like that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the social worker was all like, Mikkel's starting to become uncontrollable. And I just laugh. Yeah, bitch. He hasn't even hit puberty. Okay, he's in the beginning. You can tell his voice is changing. He's probably starting to get some underarm hair and shit. But once he gets 15, like I was, when I was 15, that's when all hell broke loose. When I turned 15, it was like a door opened for my mind. Like, I'm not listening to these fucking people. They're all fat, ugly bitches. You know, like that I'm being honest. That's how the fuck I was thinking. Like, all these bitches up in my face, they don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? And I still feel that way because you take a bunch of kids out of homes and you don't know their fucking parents, and that's why they have a difficult time growing up. Okay? And you know what grinds my gears? Let me just talk about the foster care unit. My friend that I've known since I was 14 years old, she's more like a mother figure, you know what I'm saying? She's older, Christian lady. She's with Newport News Department of Social Services, and she's a foster mom. They wouldn't give her my kids. This woman got a 2-story house. She gets an inheritance from her parents who passed away, and you know, her fucking husband works at the shipyard in Newport News, and they make money, and her like little side work is to foster kids. And they told her no. And then she tried to adopt a little black boy named Robert a few years ago. And social services told her no, that they wanted him to be with a black home. You know what I'm saying? Which is understandable. But sometimes you can't help who you fall in love with. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell you right now, nobody has fell in love with my motherfucking kids. I'll be real. Because if they did, why the fuck are they still in respite? Why do they still go to respite? If you love my children, you're going to love them like they're yours. You're not going to sit there and let them go with someone else so they can be subjected to more abuse and neglect. Let me be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this was 3 years ago and you was talking to me and Juan, the only person that ever watched my kids was either Miss Susan or Stephanie. You know what I'm saying? And now my kids have lived with a bunch of different strangers, been to several different daycares, have been to several different schools because they keep moving my kids because I keep finding them. But what mother wouldn't want to find her kid? I mean, you hear about it all the time. You know what I'm saying? People being connected through the internet, you know, after so long, or son was missing, or she gave her baby up for adoption. I didn't give none of these kids up. I didn't want none of these kids to be in foster care. I wanted these kids to be with me. I just wanted to be a successful future. Okay, I was already in college, so I just needed, you know, stepping stones to help me succeed in life. I already had a house. I already had a car. You know what I'm saying? I was in college. My kids were not in daycare at the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot to deal with for anyone. And instead of working with me, they worked against me and told me that they were working with me to make me believe that they were on my side, when they weren't, man. And yet, drug addict Debbie down the street got a fucking safety plan. Crack-headed Susie got a fucking safety plan for her kids. And then we're all surprised when little John get burnt on the stove because you let a fucking crackhead have their kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not allowed to mention no names, but that bitch told me that she'd rather me freebase crack cocaine in front of my children than be with one. That's a choice. You freak basing cocaine, crack cocaine, or whatever the fuck she said in front of your children, that's a choice. But something that you're born with, that's not a choice. That's genetic. Okay? And it's fucked up. You couldn't help us out, right? Y'all gave me one chance. Y'all gave my kids back, and then you took them all away. Y'all lied to me to get them back. So, told me to come up to social services that I could sign the paperwork and I was going to get custody of my other boys, but instead y'all took my babies and then sent me to Riverside Behavioral Health. Y'all thought I was going to be on a 72-hour hold, and y'all bitches just wrong, because there ain't nothing wrong with my fucking head. Nothing. But look, if you look at my fucking background check, I got several assault and batteries on there. So there goes some job situations. I got that one child neglect from 2010. And then I got that one child neglect from 2015, because the social worker came to me and told me that one dog bite can be an accident, but not two. And although I wasn't watching the fucking kids at the time, I got charged with that anyways. And I just think it's stupid, because I shouldn't have been charged with it, because at that time I was not watching the kids. I was taking a fucking nap, and somebody else was watching my kids at that time. And that's the fucking truth. That story's never changed. When the first initial social worker came to me, that is what we told her, and it is the fucking truth. And yet, because I was in the house, I still got charged. And it's stupid. It's dumb as a bitch. So that leaves our accident up, right? And then Valentino, what happened with him in the bathtub, although he was resuscitated. No, we can't have no fucking accident. And if you want to be real, mommy ain't had no fucking accidents. Mom ain't had no accidents. Y'all don't even fucking understand. If it wasn't for me being there, he'd probably be dead. Because I ain't trying to talk shit about Juan, but he ain't know what the fuck he was doing. That's just being real. And I mean, let's take a look at statistics. If dog bites is such an issue, then half the fucking United States would be under investigation. And that's real. What about that Chihuahua that bit Valentino in the forehead at the foster mom's house? Was she charged? Because I believe she's like damn near 80 years old and still getting foster kids. So there's that. And then Stephanie said something to me the other day, like, oh, she wants to take classes to be a foster parent. Some of the shit she says just really pisses me off, because yeah, we're foster sisters. We've been together for a long time. But you always claim my kids to be your kids, and now you're talking reckless out your asshole. Like, you can just buy a baby. You can just take foster care classes and get a kid. Bitch, we got 7 kids. Hate to say it like that, but fuck it. It is what it is. And let me just say this. If you ain't with me, you against me. All right? And there's been several fucking times I feel that close family members and friends have been against me, and I stand up for what's right. I don't give a fuck who's on the other side. I don't give a fuck who's on the other team. I don't care, because at the end of the day, if you do what's right, God's going to show favor on you. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. I know my life is fucking turmoil right now. I know my life is fucking cruddy, but you know what? Anything can happen tomorrow. Anything. And I guess I gotta go ahead and put my red lipstick on and start kissing up to this fucking foster care foster mother, because I want to see my kids, yo. And if it takes me to kiss some ass to see my motherfucking kids, then it is what it is. But it is what it is. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And it's funny, because a lot of these foster people are either starting to run daycares out their home, or they're starting to run treatment programs. You know what I'm saying? Because Medicaid pays for that shit. And I just feel like Y'all some busted ass motherfuckers. Y'all sitting here foster parents, knowing that you can get an extra dollar if that child is on medication. So now y'all done wiggled y'all way to get some more motherfucking money. And people are like, oh, it's not about the money. You don't get that much money. Let me tell you a little something about me. My foster mom won't no fucking joke. She let us know quick. I don't get paid for birthdays. I don't get paid for holidays. We would go to Kickerton Road and it's called the Sixth House, and it's a church, and we would get our Christmas presents. That would be our Christmas dinner. Okay, won't nothing being served up for us. Every once in a while, she might cook Thanksgiving, but it wasn't her cooking. It'd be like one of her sisters would come over and cook us dinner. She won't spend no extra fucking cheese on me. Believe that. And I feel it with my boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, no, I don't. Mm-mm. And then they're doing respite for my other kids, so they're getting paid when they have the babies. So even if it's respite, like, y'all getting some money off these motherfuckers, yo. And the foster mom for the babies, you want to sit here and tell people that you want to adopt Valentino and Sebastian, but not the twins. So where's that going to leave my twins and their brothers? Who wouldn't want to keep brothers together? I'm just saying, man. Shit pissed me off onto a whole nother level, yo. I'm gonna let y'all go, man. Peace.